Welcome to episode 1 of Mooseman Plays Random Games. This series is really just gonna be me playing some random games, unscripted as the vast majority of the rest of my content, but even extra unscripted. I have no idea what I'll be talking about. I'll probably tell some stories. I might just go through and talk about the game more so. But for episode 1, I figured let's play Celeste. I have played the majority of this game, not all of it. I can't remember how far I got, but I greatly enjoyed this game, so I figured might as well come back and just play a bunch of it for the channel. So I'm assuming that most people at this point know what Celeste is. Can I play the game? This was a super popular indie game for a little while, and I basically just decided that I would buy it for Switch a little while ago. And but this is just, it's basically a game about a girl who goes on a hike. That's it. Very surface level game. There's nothing more than that. Just kidding. This is a game about a girl who goes on a hike, but it's also a great commentary on a lot of different underlying issues. I mean, we've got this "you can do this" on screen. A lot of this is really about a struggle with anxiety and the struggle to make it up a mountain, both physical but also mental. But I played a lot of this when I first picked it up, and just have not much since then, seeing me immediately kill myself right there. So I don't have the muscle memory for this all still. So you're gonna see me script a lot, especially because I'm not very good at talking and playing games at the same time yet. But let me know in the comments if you guys like this kind of video, where I just kind of go through and play a random game of my choice that I enjoy. Cause even if it is, I just got tricked. Even if it is a game that I myself enjoy, I still want it to be enjoyable to watch as well. That's kind of the whole point as to why I started this whole channel and everything, to be able to entertain people. So if it's not entertaining, then I'm not going to put it out. Also, this is a very, very casual run of Celeste. That guy's the hiker that we just met. He's going to show up a lot throughout this story. This is not like Joe Sniffy's. Oh, I can't fall through that. This is not gonna be like Joe Sniffy's absolutely insane speedrun that he did. Because I have not speedrun this game at all. Now, I have actually done some speedruns. I did Mario Odyssey. When that game first came out, I started speedrunning it, and that was pretty enjoyable to me. And I would love to get back into speedruns, but I just haven't really found the time. And I also don't feel like speedruns would be, I don't feel like they'd be particularly interesting to watch in, you know, the video format that I do, just being videos and not live streams. So at some point, if I get streaming capacity, then I will for sure be doing some speedruns and stuff like that of various games. Probably not Celeste. I like this game, but I am not super interested in speedrunning it. I feel like this is as good an opportunity as any to just kind of talk about some of my inspiration for why I do YouTube. And it's not really a super crazy big motivation or anything. It's just kind of that I play a lot of video games and I watch a lot of YouTube, and I one day was just like, hey, what if I did that? So here I am, you know, making videos. This has been a dream of mine to just even be able to do this. So to be honest, if I ever, you know, did get big and was able to do this as, you know, how I make a living and how just I do with my life, that would be the, you know, that'd be the absolute dream for me. I would be elated if that were to ever happen. Here we are on to level 2. So this game, oh, I can't do that yet. This game has such, I just love the graphics in this game and the music and the atmosphere that it gives you. It's just it's so enjoyable, and it just gives you this feeling of like just being in the game more than just playing it, being in these like fleshed out atmospheres, being like these spots that are just, you know, you have these spikes everywhere that want to kill you, and it just makes you feel so, you know, inside of this atmosphere. It's insane. This music is just phenomenal, and like the pixel art is just also so nice. Like, you can tell the amount of effort that was put into this game for being made by such a small team. It's so impressive. So I've been a fan of indie games for a while. I super enjoyed this game. I've played all of the Shovel Knight games, and I will for sure be coming out with some Shovel Knight content for not just King of Cards, but also the Versus game. That's me. That's a Zoinks moment. Now the music gets even more bopping. Oh my gosh, this game is too much for my heart. But I'll for sure have some content coming out on that whenever that. I think that comes out in December, so not too far away, and I am looking forward to that a lot. So expect content on Shovel Knight for sure. You know, I just stuff like Shovel Knight, Celeste. I played a lot of Hollow Knight. I don't know if Wizard of Legend, I killed myself. I don't know if Wizard of Legend was an indie game technically, but I played a lot of that. You know, Death Road to Canada, all things that could very well show up on this, you know, maybe hit series of Mooseman plays random games. But I'm not keeping this series for like exclusively indie games. You know, stuff like Mario Tennis that I don't really expect I'll have a big long series on. I'll probably release a video in this series of. Maybe I'll play that with my dad. This is scary part of the game where we get chased. How many times will I die? A solid couple is the answer. What was I talking about before though? Indie games. I like indie games. I already said that. There's a thing there. But this series, like Strawberry still counts apparently. Very cool. Am I good at the game? No. Mediocre at best. Let's all just admit that. But you know, I'll play a bunch of stuff. I'll probably, you know, bring out the Mario Odyssey or something like that I don't feel like I'll make a series on, but I might just play for conversation stuff if I have an announcement or I'm just bored and want to talk into a mic but need background stuff, which at that point I'll probably play like some Breath of the Wild or something like that. But I don't. Oh, there's a key for that. Bruh. But I am a believer in the YouTube mindset of I'm gonna do videos that I want to do, and of course I'm still gonna, you know, do stuff that will be enjoyed by viewers, because if I didn't, then that would just be committing suicide on the platform almost worse than I did just now in the game. So, but I also want to do stuff that I'm going to enjoy because I want to enjoy making content. I don't want to say what my favorite video games are right now, because I feel like that'll be something that I'll have in the future for like a Q&A or something like that. Guys, I'm so good at this game. You have no idea how good at this game I am. Like, it is, my amount of mastery on this game is just, see, watch this, watch this, watch this. Right there, right there. Did you see that? I don't think that you quite, you know, saw the skill that was right there. The skill that was displayed right there. Cause that is some just absolutely big brain stuff. Ring for service? Okay. Ding. Scary ghost man comes in. You find out this guy's dead, but you're gonna help him clean up this place. Because clearly there's a lot of stuff that wants to kill people in here. I'm not gonna say what my top video games of all time are. But I will say what Mario games are, you know, my favorite personally. Which some people might disagree with. And this is for 3D Mario games only. I haven't played enough good 2D ones, but the best 2D one is Mario World anyway. So there's not really a debate there per se. But I mean, you know, whatever. People can claim that other ones are better. We all know that they're wrong. My favorite 3D Mario is Mario Sunshine. Second favorite, probably Galaxy. Galaxy 1. That thing has such good memories tied to it. I also feel like every single guy my age, like an early 2000s baby, has had like a crush on Rosalina. Like, that's just kind of a thing that happened. I don't know how many people actually admit it, but I for sure do. I'm not that embarrassed by it. I definitely main Rosalina in Mario Kart, not in Smash Bros though, because you have to have a will of steel to be able to play Rosalina in Smash Bros. But, you know, I would say we've got Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy. At that point, maybe Mario 3D World. I really enjoyed Mario 3D World. I'm completely forgetting about Odyssey. Wait up. Definitely Odyssey before 3D World. So we've got Mario Sunshine. I just jumped straight into my death. We've got Mario Sunshine, we've got Mario Galaxy, Mario Odyssey, then I think I'm gonna go Galaxy 2 actually, and then after Galaxy 2, we've got 3D World, and then 64, no, and then 3D Land, and then 64. 64 was a cool game. It was fun, you know, but there are just so many better 3D platformers than it. Like, anybody who argues that Mario 64 is a better game than Banjo Kazooie is just something's wrong there, you know. It is, you know, barely an argument that it's barely an argument that like Mario 64 should even be considered in the same like league as how good Banjo Kazooie was compared to it, because Mario 64 had, you know, sure, it was awesome, it was 3D, it was the mustachoid man for the first time in 3D, but like you had these such linear levels where you would go in, you would get a star, you would go out, go Yahoo! And then you would just be big chillin' after that, you know? There's nothing else to it besides going in, going out, going in, going out. That's not an innuendo, I promise. And then Banjo Kazooie, on the other hand, was just revolutionary for how you would go into the level and you had these multiple different kinds of collectibles. You had the jiggies, you had notes, you had mumbo jumbos, like silver skulls that you had to collect. And like, you went into each level knowing, I'm going to be in here for the next 2 or 3 hours, just wandering around collecting all sorts of things. Am I supposed to be? No, I can go out the other way, can't I? Yeah, okay. But you just go through knowing, I'm going to be in this level for the next solid amount of time, because I need to collect like all of these different pieces, not just the puzzle pieces, but you gotta get the notes, you gotta, you know, find the skulls to get the transformations in all the levels. And like, it's just such an enjoyable game. And I didn't play Banjo Tooie until much later, after I played Banjo Kazooie, because I played Banjo Kazooie on N64. It was one of my first couple games, whereas I didn't play Banjo Tooie until a very long time later. At one of my friend's houses, where he had an N64. He didn't have Banjo Kazooie, but he had Banjo Tooie, and I didn't know that Banjo Kazooie had a sequel like that, so I was just absolutely pumped to find out that that existed, and then immediately proceeded to play like 4.5 hours straight at his house. Am I stuck in here now? You know, like I said, I'm dead, aren't I? Yep. That note earlier, by the way, that's when you get confirmation that Mr. Oshiro, the head of this hotel, is actually a ghost, and the hotel closed, but his spirit can't, it's not like willing to admit the loss of this hotel, which was his pride and joy. Which, you know, big L for that, but we get this bopping music, so it's kind of a dream of mine that one day I'll be big enough that people will come back to these videos being like, sure, this is Top Smooth now, maybe by then people will know who I actually am, know my real name and stuff, but be like, this is Top Smooth now, but what was that guy like however many years ago it is at that point when he made his channel. So on the very off chance that I get big and you're here after I get big, hello, this is me from too far in the past. I'm a child, and I'm probably very different now. That's fun to think about, though. It's good to have dreams in life that you're going after, even if they seem even if they seem like they're super unattainable. Like, just go for it, because what's the harm in going for something that you've wanted to do for a long time? Like, that was just with this channel. I had wanted to do it for a while, was always kind of hesitant, and then just basically was like, screw it, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna, and of course I had to make, the investment to get the stuff to be able to make videos like this and not sound terrible and not have a camera pointed at a screen. But do I think it's worth it, even though I'm currently making videos for just my friends and family because they're the only ones who watch it, and I also know that not all of them watch it? Yeah, I'd say it is, because I enjoy getting to do this to a great extent. Am I dead now? Yo. Because I enjoy getting to do this to a very great extent. But if you don't enjoy doing something, then don't spend a bunch of time on it, even if you feel like that would be a cool thing to do. That would be my advice. Advice from advice from, you know, a teenager who really has not lived that much life at all. The best kind of advice, right? I should write an autobiography at the ripe age of 16. That would be epic. Like, imagine just being... That'd be funny to me. I don't know if people would get humor in that, but like just acting super pretentious, like I've already lived more life than you. I can tell you how, you know, it's gonna turn out, how your life is gonna go, even though I'm just some 16-year-old guy who spends the vast majority of time sitting behind, you know, a screen at a desk. I don't know, what would a book like that be called? For me, I don't know. I feel like I'd have to do a play on words. That's hard to think about. I don't know, what would some chapters in that book be? But I feel like that first chapter could be, you know, something about my first mission trip to Mexico when I was 5 years old. Because we all know how much a 5-year-old is doing when you're supposed to be building a house. If anything, I was like negative progress because I was just constantly nagging at my mom, who was the one in charge. I died. Because I was just kind of constantly nagging at my mom, who was in charge. So it's probably just negative progress. I don't know. I was a cute kid though. That's, you know, I'm super humble too. So here, Madeline, or Badeline comes in. The evil side of Madeline, the rude one, comes in and basically just says some mean stuff to Mr. Oshiro, and now he is trying to murder us. And I enjoy this part of the game a lot, this particular little run scene. I really actually enjoy all of the bosses a lot, just because, like, oh, I can't go back right there. Like, they have so much, like, intensity to them, but don't, you know, they aren't too insanely challenging. So it's like, you get the pressure that you want in a good boss fight, but I don't need to redo it 10 million times, except for when I literally miss the simplest jump in the whole freaking thing. Or I do that, you know. Either one of those things. And this gets a little bit harder. You can also jump on his head. It doesn't, like, kill him or anything, because Madeline doesn't really want to just kill Mr. Oshiro. But I think this level will be the last level for this episode. And then let me know if you want to see more Celeste, or give me game suggestions to play. I thought I would have bounced on him there. Give me any sort of game suggestions to play. I'm going to talk about the Mooseman Discord server. The Mooseman Discord server started in early December of 2018. That was when it was founded. And it began as the Super Smash Your Bros LOL server, where it was legit just a Smash Bros server where, you know, all the boys are in there and we would all just kind of play. And it slowly grew to about like the 30 or so members that we're in now, that we've got in there at this point. And then when I made a YouTube channel, I decided that I would make that into the Moose Manor, where I could invite all of my eventual, hopefully I'll obtain them someday, viewers, where they could just come and hang out. So everybody who's been in there since the beginning has a title, and there are a few chats for just them. I only got 1 strawberry. I'm kind of bad. I'm sorry. That must have been dumb to watch. But anyways, yeah, join the Discord if you feel like it. It's a fun place. It's chaotic, but it's fun. And that was episode 1 of Mooseman Plays Things, and that was Celeste. I'm a big fan of this game, and let me know if you want to see a little bit more gameplay of this game specifically, or as I said earlier, give me suggestions and stuff like that. If you enjoyed today's episode, then don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button, and have a good day.